Rivers, they don't just carry water, they carry stories of empires rising and falling, of ancient civilizations born on their banks, and of mysteries that still flow beneath the surface. Today we begin a journey along the 10 longest rivers on Earth, from the icy landscapes of Siberia to the dense green lungs of the Amazon. These rivers have shaped human history in hidden wonders, but here's something you didn't expect. At the very end of this video, we'll visit a river so short, it barely qualifies as a river at all, just 60 meters long. It was once officially recognized by the Guinness World Records, but there's more to its story, and you'll want to stay to find out why. So, let's count down the top 10 longest rivers in the world and discover the smallest one that once shook the world with its size, or lack of it. 10. Amur River, the mysterious border between two giants. There is a cold, silent river stretching over 4,400 kilometers, resting quietly between two of Asia's greatest powers, Russia and China. The ancient Chinese named it Heilongjiang, or Black Dragon River, and that was no coincidence. Legends speak of an ancient spirit that once dwelled here, taking the form of a massive black dragon slithering through snowy peaks, roaring through the frost. For centuries, the Amur River has been more than a geographical boundary. It's a shadowy frontier between civilization and wilderness, between reality and myth. The Manchu people once worshipped it as a sacred deity. They believed that anyone who disrespected the Black Dragon River would awaken a terrible curse. Today, a 2.6-kilometer-long concrete bridge connects the two nations, seemingly just another modern structure. But locals whisper, on the coldest winter nights, they still hear something, a deep growl rumbling from beneath the ice. Is it just the river's current, or something ancient that was never meant to be disturbed? 9. Congo River, the abyss of the dark continent. Deep within the heart of Africa lies a river as majestic as it is deadly. The Congo River, stretching 4,700 kilometers, is the deepest river on Earth, plunging to depths of 220 meters in some places. That's enough to swallow a skyscraper. It flows through two nations with nearly identical names, the Republic of the Congo and the Democratic Republic of the Congo, as if fate drew its own border through the waters. But the Congo is not just deep, it's violent. Treacherous underwater canyons, whirlpools, and rapid currents create what locals call the gates of hell. It's considered one of the most dangerous rivers on the planet. Beneath the surface, no one truly knows what lurks. Unidentified creatures, strange echoes that rise from the depths when night falls. And yet, hidden within its fury is a secret treasure: hydropower. The Congo River holds over 30% of the world's untapped hydroelectric potential, a river of contradiction, threatening and promising all at once. The Congo is not just a river, it's a riddle waiting to be solved. 8. Paraná River, the inland sea of South America. There is a river so vast in that the locals don't even call it a river. They call it Paraná, meaning as big as the sea. Stretching 4,880 kilometers, the Paraná River is the lifeline of South America, flowing through Brazil, Argentina, Paraguay, and Bolivia. Its immense waters sustain not only jungles and grasslands, but also millions of people in major cities like Buenos Aires and Brasilia. But what truly sets Paraná apart is the feeling it gives you. When you stand at its edge, you can't see the opposite shore. You don't know what lies beneath. To many, it's like an inland ocean, beautiful, unpredictable, and quietly dangerous. During the rainy season, it transforms into a raging beast, swallowing villages, shifting landscapes. Yet on calm evenings, it whispers. You can hear the wind echoing over the water, like the voice of the sea speaking from deep within the land. 7. Ob Erdish, the river that crosses wildness. There's a river over 5,400 kilometers long. It begins in arid deserts where camels march through sun-scorched dunes and ends in the frozen Arctic where polar bears prowl across fragile ice. This is the Ob Irtish, a mysterious confluence of two great rivers, Ob and Irtish, merging into one lifeline across the Eurasian continent. It flows through some of the world's loneliest lands, where steppe winds howl and the taiga whispers secrets buried in time. Even more mysterious, the river links to Lake Baikal, the deepest freshwater lake on Earth, whose bottom still holds undiscovered mysteries beneath ancient ice. The Obertusch doesn't just carry water. It carries legends, climates, life, and the eternal solitude of the North. One river, one epic journey from burning deserts to the frozen edge of the world. Torrentitomis. 6. The Yellow River, beauty and sorrow entwined. There's a river that flows with the color of the earth, golden like honey, muddy like memory, and heavy with ancient stories. This is the Yellow River, stretching 5,464 kilometers, often called the cradle of ancient Chinese civilization. Along its banks, empires rose, wars erupted, and legends were born. But it is also the river where blood and water have mixed in thousands of devastating floods. The Chinese call it China's sorrow, because this seemingly gentle river has swept away villages, crops, and lives overnight. Yet in its destruction lies a strange beauty. The Yellow River is both sacred and feared, a force of nature that gave birth to a nation, a river of contradiction where civilization rose through destruction. 5. Yenisei, the river of ice and life. There's a river that flows quietly through Russia's most remote wilderness, as calm as a lullaby, yet as fierce as nature's roar. This is the Yenisei River, stretching 5,539 kilometers and holding more fresh water than any other river in Russia. Born in the highlands of Mongolia, it flows across dry grasslands, endless taiga forests, and finally meets the eternal ice of the Arctic Ocean. Along its path, Yenisei passes snow-wolf forests, misty valleys, and remote villages untouched by electricity. In summer, it's gentle, but in winter, it transforms into a frozen beast, where ice walls rise and the wind slashes like knives. Yenisei stands as a symbol of Russia's wild and unforgiving beauty, a journey of water that flows through life and death. 4. Mississippi, the spine of America. On the map of America, there's a long, winding river that resembles the backbone of the continent, the Mississippi River, stretching 6,275 kilometers, the longest river in North America, crossing 10 U.S. states. But this isn't just any river. To Americans, the Mississippi is a symbol of life and the keeper of dark legends. It was once the lifeline of the nation during its founding years, where steamboats carried both dreams and darkness. Stories tell of sailors who vanished into the mist, never to be seen again. Alongside the river runs a parallel highway, and to drive its full length, you'd need at least 36 hours of nonstop driving. But something strange happens. The farther south you go, time seems to slow, and the scenery grows hazy, as if caught between present and past. The Mississippi carries more than just water. It carries memories, history, and mysteries still unanswered. 3. Yangtze. The river that shaped a civilization. If China were a dragon, the Yangtze River would be its lifeblood, stretching 6,385 kilometers, the longest river in Asia. But the Yangtze isn't famous for its size alone. It is the birthplace of legends, battles, and the very foundations of Chinese civilization. The Battle of Red Cliffs, immortalized in the romance of the Three Kingdoms, was fought on its waters. Some say if you listen closely at dawn, you can still hear the war drums echoing through the mist. Today, the river holds the Three Gorges Dam, the largest hydroelectric project on Earth. It powers cities but also submerges history beneath its vast reservoir. Its fertile delta fuels the south of China, producing 20% of the nation's entire GDP. The Yangtze has seen empires rise and fall, yet it continues to flow, silently carrying the untold secrets of thousands of years. Dermaro 2, Amazon River, the river with no bridges. There exists a river so vast they call it the River Sea, thanks to its immense water volume, the largest of any river on Earth. This is the Amazon River, stretching around 6,400 kilometers across the heart of South America. Strangely, not a single bridge spans its entire length. To cross it, you must take a boat, as if this place was never meant to be conquered, but protected by nature itself. The Amazon sustains the largest rainforest on the planet, often called the lungs of the earth. Beneath its dark waters, lie thousands of undiscovered species, ancient creatures lurking in silence, and legends that haunt those who dare explore too deep. The Amazon isn't just a river, it's the final frontier between humanity and untamed wilderness. 1. The Nile River, River of Pharaohs. At 6,650 kilometers, the Nile River is the longest in Africa and the lifeblood of ancient Egyptian civilization. In a barren desert, this river gave birth to life, to pyramids, to pharaohs, and to mysteries still unsolved today. Even now, 96% of Egypt's population depends on the Nile for water, as if the ancient bond between people and river has never been broken. Beneath its calm surface dwell ancient creatures like the Nile crocodile, reaching up to 6 meters long and weighing over 700 kilograms. The Nile carries not just water, but legends, life, death, and a sacredness that surpasses human understanding. This is more than a river, it's a living myth flowing through millennia. Whether stretching across continents or spanning just a few dozen meters, every river carries a soul of its own. Some rivers nourished ancient civilizations. Others were born from imagination, persistence, and the impossible dreams of mankind. Some are sacred symbols. Some mark the line between life and death. Which river left the strongest impression on you? Drop a comment because somewhere out there may be rivers the world has yet to name.